This is an emergency alert. Everybody better be on their wares right now. The world is catching on fire. There is rage all over the Muslim world now that the Ali Baptist Hospital in Gaza has exploded, taking the lives of over 500 civilians. I'm sure the count is not finished yet. Israel and the Gaza Hamas are blaming each other. And whatever the case is, it's not going to put the rage back in the bottle. The genie is out. Embassies are being stormed right now as we speak. The U.S. and French embassies in Beirut are under siege by large crowds there. They may have already been taken. I don't know, because stuff is breaking fast. I understand that the Green Zone embassy is under siege in Iraq by the Mahdi army, which is, that group that's been, lobbing missiles in there off and on in our Green Zone for the past few years. So, guys, a lot of the Muslim nations that were on this, lukewarm to the United States or on the side of the United States, their people are raging against us. Those governments are going to have a hard time maintaining the position they were in. And in recognition of this, many of them that had arranged meetings with Joe Biden, who's supposed to be meeting with quite a few people tomorrow in Israel, no, they canceled the meetings. The King of Jordan canceled his meeting. The president of Palestinians in Gaza, he canceled the meetings with Joe Biden. Everybody's canceling Joe Biden meetings because, Joe Biden's not exactly a paragon of strength in the first place, but they're mad. They're enraged. And these leaders couldn't afford to FaceTime in their countries to be seen with him because their people are mad. You got to bear in mind, Jordan has been very pro-Western, but they have a huge contingent of Palestinians in that country who are living there in exile. I have worked for some of these people in the past. I've known a number of Jordanians, and all the ones I actually knew were actually Palestinians. So who people were exiled in the events that took place in Israel, Palestine, whatever you want to call it, back in, I believe it was 1946 and again in 1967. There were two exoduses based on the conflicts that occurred there back then. And I'm not judging any side here right now. I'm not taking any side per se. But guys, what's going to happen is we're going to be under siege right here because they're mad. These people are mad. They're we already had protests going on. When those protests are now turned to rage. So we are in a new world today. Everything has changed on this day. Whoever was at fault is almost immaterial because each side's going to blame the other, and their people is only going to see one side of the story, or they're not going to be able to be convinced at this point, no matter what kind of evidence gets presented. If you find a smoking, absolute, irrefutable, this is the evidence, nobody's going to believe it. The rage is set. The world is set. The world's on fire. And this will probably lead to Iran being in war, because Iran was already talking preemptive strikes against Israel. If Iran gets in the war, the United States is going to get dragged in. If we get dragged in with Iran, what's going to happen with Russia? Because Syria is going to be in it, and Syria is a Russian ally. Lebanon is going to be in it. Several other countries. And who knows, guys? We've had sniffer planes flying around the Persian Gulf and south of around Pakistan looking, because I think there's some concern about the movement of nukes from Pakistan. As you know, already the Taliban has said they will join the fight for the Gazans if the other countries will give them permission to cross. Well, you can bet that permission will be granted now. So Israel is going to face something the likes of which they never faced in any of the conflicts they face, because everybody's going to be coming at them right now. This is almost biblical. I don't know how else to explain it. Is this the Magog War? Is it? I don't think it's Armageddon yet, but there's a couple of different conflicts in the Bible. There's the Gog-Magog War. There's the case where 200,000 cross, the dried up river, I guess the Tigris, Euphrates rivers. That would almost have to be China. So that may play in at some point. Again, and that's if you follow prophecy. If you don't follow prophecy, guess what? It all rhymes, don't it? We are in a situation where whatever you think, we are in a bad spot. Whether you believe in this or that, it's almost immaterial now, because we are at a point now where it's going to be hard to walk it back. We're at a point now where it's going to be hard to change it. We're at a point now where I don't know how we get back to where we were. I don't know how do you get back to a peaceful state at this point, because both sides are mad. The Israelis are mad over what happened with Hamas, Saturday before last, and now because they lost a lot of people. Now the Gazans and all the people of the Muslim world are mad. Most of them, I won't say all of them, but it's the identity factors, the religious aspects of things that people identify with. They identify that as having been attacked. That is serious, guys. This is extremely serious. We are in a very serious moment right now, and this is a moment that could precipitate a lot of other bad actors seeing an opportunity to seize the things they've been wanting to do for some time. This could be the opportunity for China and Taiwan, China versus the Philippines, the South China Sea. This could be the opportunity for Russia to move in to heavier into Ukraine, or maybe even to the Baltics. This could be the opportunity for a lot of things. And you can expect a lot of other changes, like will Turkey stay in NATO? Will Turkey remain a NATO nation? That is a big question, because their people are not going to be in favor of it. Will they realign with Russia? Is this the alliance that, like Hal Lindsey wrote about in Late Great Planet Earth many years ago? I read that when I was a kid, guys. Let me open the chat room and see where you guys are at here. Sorry for coming on so late, but I've been getting phone calls. And, oops, hang on. I gotta mute that. All right. We got a lot of stuff cooking, guys. This is extremely serious. Let's see what we got in the chat real quick. Okay. All right, we got a lot of our regulars in here. 210 people already for this late hour. That's absolutely awesome. But guys, we've got to really, 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 really be alert, because this could come on. I'm going to read a poem to you guys that I wrote about this situation, because it kind of summarizes everything I've been trying to say about how we've been played, how the whole world's been played. Both sides have been played, in my humble opinion, into this, but I don't see how it's going to be escaped. Yes, Newspeak, you're right. Oil embargo coming. Yeah, we got Colonel Cole in the house. Guys, how in the world do you expect the OPEC nations, most of which are Muslim, to just continue to support our economy and ship oil to the United States and to the world? How do you expect, if we get into it with Iran, they're not going to block the Straits of Hormuz? Oil is probably, you better go buy your gas right now. Fill up your tanks, do whatever you can, because it's probably about to skyrocket, most likely. Not only that, you can, the price of gas and fuels and everything, because we use fuel in so many stages in our agriculture, in our production, in our factories, our stores. The energy is the basis of our economy. When the price of energy skyrockets, guess what? The Fed cannot raise interest rates high enough to stop that inflation. Already they were out of bounds just due to the federal spending. Our economy is about to wreck. And yet we tell the world we can afford to handle 2 wars. We can handle the Mideast, and we can handle, that's what Janet Yellen said. Janet Yellen's out of her gourd. And Biden is seconded that. And I think Blinken and Blinken, they're all saying, oh yeah, we can handle this, we can cover it. Really? With all the debt we've already got, with all the ammunition we've already sent out, we don't even have the ammo for this, guys. And our troops, I just saw an article claiming 70% of the U.S. troops are obese. And we're short on manpower. How are we going to handle this? And then we're looking at, this is likely to ignite the whole planet. This could spread like a contagion, because all the actors who want to take an action, who've been restrained, suddenly may see this as the opportunity. Pipeline and drill. Yeah. Well, who stopped the pipeline coming down from Canada? Who has stopped so much drilling? Hey, Jordan B. Appreciate it. Hope I said that right. Salute to you. We are dealing with the Stone Age mentalities. Yeah, that's kind of like the people that are running. So they definitely got stones in their heads. But they don't have our interest in mind. In fact, they got plenty. They got stuff to gain from this, guys. They all have something to gain from this. I mean, if you look at it, who stands to gain from this? If you step back, who stands to gain from this? Well, Iran. Iran stands to gain big time because Iran suddenly has a whole new standing in the Muslim world. You know, most of the Muslim world is Sunni, they're Shia, and the Sunni and the Shia have been pitted against each other very bitterly for a long time, well over 1,000 years. But suddenly, the Sunnis will be rising. Excuse me, the Shia will be rising in their acceptance, I guess. The Sunni and the Shia are uniting now. They got a common enemy in Israel and the United States for supporting Israel. And you know, you got to remember, I've always said this. I said it 1,000 times on this channel. As much as Iran is saying that Israel would be eradicated, and they've said that a lot just here recently, they've always called America the great Satan, not Israel, America. So watch out, guys, watch out. And but we don't have anything to worry about in this country. There's no groups here. That's what I've been seeing some recent articles. You know, the only thing to worry about here is those people from the 6th day of that month. It's the first month of the year. I'm trying not to evoke certain programs that listen. Hey, Angie, appreciate that, neighbor. Thank you. We have to keep praying and prepping. That's right, prep and pray. You need to do it very seriously now. If you're not seriously prepping now, wow. I've been warning you guys. I've been warning. I've also said, I think in my last video, I said, things are not always linear. Things can take a turn and take off anytime. Well, it just happened. It just happened. I've also always talked about how there can be mistakes, how things can happen accidentally and get out of hand in a hurry, especially when you have hostilities between anybody. And that could be what happened here. It could be what happened here. There's a lot of questions about what really took place at that hospital in Gaza. And I'm not going to try to rule on it, but we're at the point now, Lake City stopped all sales. Yes, they did, Ken. Isn't that convenient? But they need it for the military. But you better take care of yourself right now. You better get your prepping supplies in order while get it while the getting's good, and the getting being good maybe something that's going to expire very fast. Like I said a couple of videos ago, I think the fat lady of the opera is on stage and she's singing. I think she's about done. If you're playing musical chairs, I think the music's about over. What you got, your point of what you got's about all you're going to have if this really goes down. They'll plan to counter Israel when Jason. Yes. They've all been planning this. I mean, Hamas would not have done what they done a little over a week ago had they not had this meticulously planned. You got to remember, Hamas leaders were meeting with Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia. I think maybe even Putin, but they definitely met with Lavrov. They've been meeting with, of course, the heads of Iran. And so in Iran and Russia are close, and so is China. So it may be they've all kind of worked this out. It's definitely possible. Rodney, thank you, sir. Have a coffee. I will. Thank you, sir. Guys, I'll mention something from Rodney here toward the end of the video, probably after I read my poem. And I'll do that at the end. So you stay on, guys, so you can see this stuff, because this is serious. I'm going to show some articles and a couple. I can't show video of the missile because this platform will attack me for it, because they'll claim it's violence. Even though it don't show anybody being directly harmed, they still will look on it that way, because I've been hit for that. Don't trust Sleepy Joe. Wow, guys. Hey, anybody in here, if you trust Sleepy Joe right now, put a 1 in the chat room. If you don't, put a 2. And thank you, Michelle Young. Michelle, you are awesome. I appreciate you for so much support to the channel. You are absolutely awesome, Michelle. So, we presidential order to stop sales to commercials so they well, guys, the poop fan, it's coming. It's here. It is here. So I don't know how it gets walked back at this point. I don't see anybody saying they trust Sleepy Joe yet. So nope. We got a lot of 2s in here. 2 says John Cole. Amen, John. Colonel Cole. Yes, houseboat. All right, guys. So Mr. Magoo, President Magoo. Yeah. He ran on the proposition he was going to improve the standing of America on the world stage. Like the whole world hates us. The whole world hates us. And with the BRICS, these countries planning the BRICS, their whole objective is to destroy our economy, destroy our dollar, so America can't function as an economy, so we can't fund our military, so we can't protect ourselves. And if they got sleeper cells here in the United States, look out, guys. Look out. And I say the word if loosely. I've been talking about this for years on my channel. I've had so many people, oh, Greg, nothing's ever going to happen. Well, I hope they're right, but it sure don't look like that anymore. It's looking very dangerous right now, extremely dangerous at this moment, my friends. Colonel Cole, I hear you. I read you loud and clear. And due days is showing prepwithgreg.com. Yeah, I'll show that in a little bit, guys. Y'all need to seriously consider getting your preps in order if you've never done it, or if you're a little bit behind. If you can squeeze one more little can of beans in, go for it now, because we just don't know. Like I said, keep your gas tank topped off. You don't know when's the last you're going to buy or at any price, because back in 1974 when we had an embargo, there were long lines at the gas stations. You'd wait in line for hours. The time you got the pumps, they'd probably be empty, and you were paying through the teeth for it when you got it. Up, already going up a little bit. Yeah, it's going to shoot up bad here real soon if we're not careful. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of warships over people, but the people we're sending over right now are kind of small in numbers compared to what would really be needed to make this happen. A couple thousand, that's nothing. That's pigeon change. That's just enough to get us in the battle. That's enough to, if they get harmed, it really drag us into it. Aegis missile cruiser sent to the waters outside North Korea. Yeah, the Aegis missile is a very serious missile. That is something way beyond Patriot. An Aegis missile is really it's on par with the missiles we got at Fort Greely and Vandenberg Air Force Base, almost to that level of capability. Not quite, but almost. They are almost a mid-course intercept. Not quite. They're still in range, but they're extremely capable in intercepting even intercontinental ballistic missiles. Those are very capable systems. I can understand why they would go to South Korea, and you can understand if North Korea wants to do something, why they would be fussing about it. But North Korea has already threatened that they may take a preemptive strike. North Korea has already threatened that, guys. So all these things considered, we are in deep. We are in deep. It's hitting the fan. It's hitting the fan and ain't gonna get prettier. I don't know how fast it's all gonna cook at this point, but it's cooking. It is cooking. So let me share some articles here. Let me go into this and give me a second here to share screen. Here we go. This is from the Iranian news. Hey, Wahan, appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Salute to you. First super on our channel. Hey, Wahan, appreciate that. That's your very first. Hey, awesome for you. Thank you. All right, world rages against Israeli. Yeah, I'm not even going to say that word because this platform might hit me. Of civilians in the Gaza hospital. World rages. Well, most of the Muslim world is raging, and maybe a lot of other countries too. So this is not far from the case, guys. World rages. Well, I'll show you some more. Anger aimed at Israel after the Gaza air attack. This is both from Muslim sources here. I assume this is your Shia and this is your Sunni. Anyway, Hezbollah calls for unprecedented anger. Well, they're already doing it. They're already here. We are, guys. Look at this. This is a few hours old now. This is 8 hours ago. These are the people storming to the U.S. Embassy. Crowds, hordes. They woke up in the middle of the night, got out of bed, and went for it. And this is now 2 hours old. Yeah, showing them at the embassy there, guys. This video here is 6 hours old. What have they done since then? I would not want to be in an embassy anywhere over in that part of the world at this point in time. They're all in danger. I would not want to be on one of our little military bases in any of those countries, including Saudi Arabia at this point in time. No American in these areas is safe. No American in any of these areas is safe at this point in time. Yeah, Juanita, set up. That's what I've been saying all along. Wait till you hear my poem at the end. That's what I've been saying. I've been showing you this stuff for the past 2 or 3 live sessions. So I hope you've been paying attention, because I've been trying to tell you guys this stuff. I've been trying to warn y'all how this setup has been out there for a while. I think this has been, like the Emperor in Star Wars said, that everything is proceeding according to plan, it seems. Anyway, guys, here's a good source to go prepping right now to get your long-term food storage. Get it while the getting's good, while the prices are still somewhat affordable, and they still got $200 off a 3-month supply. Guys, over 2,000 calories a day, 21 varieties, 25 years shelf life. This is 3 months of food for under $600. That's about what I spend in a month. So you need to really give this some consideration, because this is a good package to bug out in. If you got a nuclear event going on, you can put this stuff in your whatever you're using for a shelter with some water, and you can survive right there. And when you're done, you got to have a place to do your business. Hey, those buckets might come in handy. Just saying, guys. So 3-month supply, 2-week supply. If you can't handle that, give it a consideration and go in here and check out the other prepping supplies, to include potassium iodine tablets. I think they still got them in here. So it might be time to do that, because Israel don't have enough. I've been told that Israel is seeking a lot of ammo from us, and we ain't got a whole lot to give out anymore, and they're going to be facing a lot of opposition over there. What are they going to do? The dung is flinging. You're right, April. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Hey, we got a couple of people from down in there. Scooby Snacks in the house, Rodney Middleton. Guys, Israel will go to preserve their nation, to preserve their existence. They will go nuclear. That's why they got nukes. They're talking Samson option. Well, I'm going to scare the pants off of you here in a minute, because hang on. Arab leaders refuse to meet Biden as protests rage around the world after Gaza strike. Well, no kidding. Israel says Islamic Jihad rocket was a misfire caused the this is Times Israel. So they're saying this was a misfired rocket from Gaza. Well, I've actually seen a video, and I can't play it on this channel because I'd get in trouble. I saw a video that looked just like that. It looked like it was launched right there in Gaza and made a hard turn back. And rockets do that sometimes. Made a hard turn back on them and hit the hospital. Now, I've heard some say that the explosion was more powerful than the explosives that the Gazans had. I don't know, guys. Of course, this could have been accident, could have been planned, and maybe it was from the other side. But, whatever the case is, each side's going to blame the other, and the people on either respective side is going to believe their side. And like I said, no amount of evidence is going to change minds and change hearts at this time. The die is set. The war is on. The die is set. So, guys, it's going to be ugly. Well, what the heck? All right. Israel says explosion in Gaza hospital result of failed Hamas rocket. So again, Israel is stated this, and they got video and stuff that's, if you play this video, you should be able to see that. This is not the B. If you search on that, you might find it. Vladimir 50 years ago was about to launch them nukes against F-4E Phantoms during the Yom Kippur War. Yeah, guys. Oh, yeah, y'all got to realize as our embassies are being sieged, April of 1883 was when our embassy got attacked in Beirut. And we had another attack on the 28th against the Marine barracks, guys. Now we got Marines going over there. All right, here's the one that's going to really shock you. This is according to the son-in-law of the previous head of Pakistan. Remember Sharif? Maybe he's back in now. I think the original Sharif has passed away. Pakistan's nuclear weapons. He warns that these could be used against Israel. What he said is these are for the Muslim world. He says Pakistan atom bomb is not only for this country, but for all Muslims. No wonder we got sniffer planes out there, guys. No wonder. So Pakistan's got quite a few of them, just like Israel. You know, in the Bible, it talks about the wars where people's skin and their eyeballs melt in their sockets and their skin melt away. I don't know. This is looking very biblical. Whether you believe in that stuff or not, it definitely is starting to look that way. White House has discussed U.S. military response if Hezbollah attacks Israel. U.S. will step in and attack and get involved, according to this article. So, guys, it's coming. How's Hezbollah not going to do it now? How's Iran not going to get into it? Because this article was published before the hospital event. Iran's Khomeini threatens U.S. Its Pentagon readies 2,000 troops for the region. Yeah, terrorists still roaming Negev. I think this is a little bit dated now. Gazans must head south. Yeah, this is before the hospital attack. I haven't refreshed this page yet. Israel's at war. Yeah, we know that. They're about to really be at war. What happens if I refresh this page? Are we going to see something different? Yeah. 4,200 wounded, 1,400 passed. I don't think this counts the hospital incident or what's going on in the embassies. What is actually happening to these embassies right now? If they were storming it 8 hours ago, what is happening there right now, guys? There's just a lot of news that we haven't been updated on. We'll know in the morning. Iran vows to eradicate the cancerous Jewish state, also accuses Israel of genocide. And guys, this article is pre-Gazan hospital. This article is pre-Gazan hospital event. That event is the watershed event. That event is what's fanning the hatred. Remember, I've been talking to you guys about hatred, about feuds. Well, the feud's on. The hatreds have been stoked. Deteriorated situation. War between Hamas and Israel is intensifying fast. This also is pre-Gazan hospital attack. See, there's all this stuff just saying, hey, this is going crazy. It's about to erupt. Well, it's happening, guys. How does it not happen now? How does it not happen? We'll talk about who's to benefit here in a little bit. Former military intelligence officer, he says the fight there will be unlike any in previous urban warfare because there's going to be drones being put into it by the other side. Now, so not only have to be fighting in the tunnels and the high rises around, there'll be drones upon them and everything else. Those guys going in, it's going to be rough. It's going to be not only that, but they're going to be hit from behind by Hezbollah. And we got 2,000 troops on the way. Well, 2,000 troops ain't squat. You know, Israel's got 300,000 in there. This is just enough to get us in trouble. Just enough for something to happen to them and really pull us in. You know, I've seen where these guys are, you know, not going to be doing, you know, combat roles. They're going to be in some kind of support role, but they're going to be there. And that's enough to cause a situation. But they're combat troops, actually. The Marines heading the Mediterranean have a 40-year blood feud with Hezbollah. This article makes the case that the Marines on Bataan, the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit, is connected, or was a kind of a sister unit to the unit that got hit in the barracks attack, the bombing back in 1983. October, I believe the 25th, maybe 26th of 1983. Guys, it's just a few days from the 40th anniversary of that event. And that's probably when they're going to be in play out there. So, yeah, that's going to be weighing heavy on them. Biden has for Israel is the Gazan toll rises. Well, God, he's not going to be meeting with a lot of folks now over there. The Arab leaders are not willing to meet with him now. So he may be seeking a bomb shelter. So maybe that's playing in with the whole narrative to make him look tough. If suddenly he's over there and when this stuff is starting, he's got to hide in a hidey hole somewhere, go into a bomb shelter and then come back out. Anyway, here it is. This is the ship taking the Marines. Guys, this is another aircraft carrier. It's a light aircraft carrier. This is called an amphibious assault ship. Have a look at it. See, all of these are planes that can land on land. See, they're all Ospreys, looks like, or helicopters, Ospreys and helicopters. This is an amphibious assault ship. This is what the Marines use. This is a Marine Corps version of an aircraft carrier, and they do have a strike group. Hey, Cowboy in Arizona, how you doing? So John Cole was in 6th grade in 1983. I just got out of the Army. I had just got out of the Army a few months, but I was in the National Guard. I was in the Alabama National Guard at that point. Lucifer is the father of all lies. Well, Lucifer is laughing now, I suppose, kind of like in the song Black Sabbath, right? War Pigs. Yeah, it kind of makes me think of War Pigs. So I had to write my own poem. War Pigs is copywritten. WF Masters and black masses, gathering black masses. I don't know. So this is on the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit. And this talks about ground combat element. Yeah, guys, this is a combat force. So the idea they're going to be going over there to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, yeah, that ain't what these guys do. Colonel Cole, do you think these guys are admin? You think these guys are over there to hold somebody's hands? Yeah, John Cole, War Pigs. Exactly. Wait, you see my poem here in a minute. Look, guys, look at all the aircraft carriers at sea right now. This is aircraft carriers. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was just a few days ago, this chart was showing 4. And then most of these are on the way. The Vincent is on the way. The Monero is on the way. They're on their way toward China and Korea. This guy's up here watching the Russians. There's a Gerald Ford. Well, here's the U.S. Mindy Verdi. Okay. And we got these two down here. The baton is going to move back over this way. But these are over here watching Iran. We got the Reagan. And yeah, guys. So this is, I haven't, when's the last time y'all have seen this many aircraft carriers out at once? Lindsey Graham, War Pig, you're right. He's a chicken hawk. Is he more chicken or more hawk? He wants to be a hawk. Now, a lot of times when you get an aircraft carrier group coming in where another one's at, it will relieve the one that was there. But no, the Pentagon extends the USS Gerald Ford deployment as it's moving Marines in, and will move in also the Dwight D. Eisenhower. So you didn't need this aircraft carrier just to deal with Hamas, but they already anticipated something more obviously than just Hamas. Oh yeah, guys, check this video out. This is from our good friend Cowboy Roy Rogers. You know, sometimes there's a lot of propaganda out there. This is an event which apparently was staged propaganda. Play the sound. Oh yeah, I do, because there's sirens. What happens when the sirens say? Watch this, watch this. Yeah, they were pretending like this was some kid that was expired, if you will. Looks like rumors of his demise were somewhat exaggerated. What did Mark Twain say about it? Is the Gerald Ford listed for? No, the Gerald Ford is the newest one. It's the one going over there, Dwight D. Eisenhower is set for decommission. I said that in a previous video. I was worried about that. Maybe it's sacrificial. Maybe that would be a banner not so true, if you know what I mean. I don't know, guys. I hope not. They just, when I saw how they were making such a big deal about the families associated with, I thought, yeah, they're playing with our heartstrings. They're trying to set us up. That's what I was wondering about. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that's not the case, but it really made me wonder. Okay, so after the hospital bombings, Israel and Hamas blame each other. Well, yes, what I said, guys, they're blaming each other. But on either side, neither one of them is going to accept what the other side thinks. So it's on, guys. The hatred is this, the fires of hatred have been stoked. And former border commissioner warns threat is already in our country. I've been telling you this, guys, this. I've been telling you guys that. But there's articles out there that say, oh no, oh no. I see Janet Yellen, Lincoln, and Biden are also, oh yeah, we can do this. We got it. We got it. We got it. Yeah, right. Lord, guys. Oh yeah, and if that's not enough, we got a super volcano on the verge of going off in Europe. And Ukraine has used the Attacker missiles for the first time on Russian forces in Luhansk and Donetsk. So they've been attacking Russian airfields with ATACMS. And they've done quite a bit of destruction. They destroyed ammo warehouses, airfields, several aircraft. Yeah, they've had a big day with that. And so Russia is fit to be tied. So guys, the tension for war is going out the roof. And now Russia's kind of maybe had kid gloves on, but with all the stuff going on, they may take them off. So we are in a startle mouse. If I see that child, they keep showing over and over again. I want to have Ukraine claims a major strike on Russian airfields. Thanks, U.S., for providing the missiles, the long-range missiles. Thank you, U.S. Let's see, where's the count? Somewhere there's an article that gives a count of what they claim they hit. Anyway, quite a bit of hardware. I don't see it here. It's one of those articles, but I got to be careful scrolling articles here. U.S. military says all 31 Abrams tanks arrive in Ukraine. So Ukraine is getting set with everything they asked for, except the F-16s. Oh yeah, U.S. B-2 bombers make rare landings in the Korean Peninsula. So we're really expecting North Korea to do something. Of course, how are we going to pay for all this, guys, with our debt clock clicking up fast, way above our gross national product now? Guys, we are in a bad situation. Timing is everything, Arnold, and the timing might be good for all them that want to do bad things. This may be their once in a lifetime opportunity to act out and do what they want to do. Here's a weather forecast talking about fierce cyclones to strike the United States and America in the next 72 hours. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm not really seeing it when I go over here on windy. We might come back here in a little bit. Okay, you got one down here. I don't see it down here, but you got definitely a lot of circulation up here, but that don't look like a cyclone to me. So we got one down here. Maybe this is going to become one down here and come up. I don't know, guys. So I'd have to go to NOAA and see what they're forecasting. But, you know, are we hitting, or is America under judgment? Are we under judgment for the things we've allowed to pass? So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to stop the share, and we'll come back into it in a minute. Yeah, to consider everything going on in the economy, you need to consider some gold backs and gold, bullion, silver. You come here to defythegrid.com. You can buy silver bars, gold bars, platinum bars. You can buy coins. You can buy rounds. And they've got a policy that if you find a better price anywhere else, they'll meet it or beat it. Just use the code GREENGREGS to get 1% off. GREENGREGS is a discount code you can use. And you can get these gold backs. Let me stop the share, and we're going to come back and look at some of this other stuff in a minute. And in, I'm going to read the poem I've written. But yeah, these are good. This is actual gold, but it's a minute amount that you can put in your wallet, and it's easy to barter with. I mean, this is like 1,000th of a troy ounce, so makes it, along the lines of something to buy a 12-pack of eggs or a loaf of bread with. Yes, Ben, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I don't know how many times I thought of that when I really wanted to take somebody out, and I just sat back, okay, vengeance is mine, and I let God just sat back and watched it play out. And I discovered people that mess with me usually catch it hard in the end. So thank you, New Days, for sharing that link. Judgment is harsh in the Holy Land. It is. Well, whenever they've stepped away from the teachings of the Almighty, they seem to reap it. And maybe we're about to be in that reaping. So it's going to get bad. It's going to get rough. There's no way this is going to end pretty. No way. This is going to escalate. How far will it escalate? How fast will it escalate? Well, you already got crowds, huge crowds, mobs hitting embassies, consulates, in many, many nations right now. What's the full extent of this? Like I said, I've heard that the green zone has been hit by the mighty army in Iraq right now. I'm not seeing a single article on that. I got intel from one of my close military advisors. So that's an inside intel. That's the breaking news that so far no other YouTube channels broke to you, as far as I know. Preston, yeah, you better get right with that. So yeah, so who benefits? Let's kind of look at it. Like I said, I said a minute ago, it's more than just Iran, though. I put out Iran benefits huge, but it's not just Iran. Who else benefits? Well, people that want to stay in power, especially if their power base has been shaky, which is the case in Iran. The Ayatollahs were not popular among the populace. Most of the populace wanted a Western-style government. They really wanted to get rid of the Ayatollahs. Will that happen now? No, they will rally behind the government. They will rally behind their faith because they feel their faith has been attacked. Right or wrong, that's what they feel. That's what the press over there is telling them. I just showed you an article from their press. That's what it's telling them. And I've showed you clips from that over the past several days. It's never once did I see anything in there about what Hamas did. People there are getting one side. They might have heard of it, but they haven't really seen it to the depth that maybe you've seen it. Food and fuel prices are going up. Yeah, probably through the roof. That's what I would expect now, guys. I would expect all kind of shortages potentially. Our transportation is going to be wrecked. Things are, shipping is going to be in peril. It was already having huge issues. Our whole infrastructure, our whole supply chain system has never recovered fully from the bug. You know what I mean? Who benefits? Well, anybody who wants to do something nefarious or hit somebody that the West don't approve of, good or bad or ugly, whichever the case is, they benefit. Putin benefits. Russia benefits. Because now all the attention's not on them. China benefits. North Korea benefits. And Joe B. in the state here that we refer to quite often, I have to say this in a roundabout way so that I don't get from what platform, they benefit. Because if they can keep the people in power that are still in power, they know that half this country don't like, well, most of the population in the United States, almost 95% of them is tired of our government. They're fed up. And over half of us, somewhere around half of us, really don't want to see those guys doing what they're doing. They know their position is in peril. Their jobs are in peril. So they will promote whatever they can to keep their system going. So that's what we're facing, guys. We're facing some mayhem right here. And, you know, they may be just tickled pink if it all breaks out right here at home. That just gives them more power. So who benefits? The people in power benefit. Of course, the defense industry benefits. If you got stock in Raytheon and Lockheed, then your stock is probably going up, probably has been. Skunk Works, you're right, Obi. It controls the weather, controls the world. It may be, guys. It may be. Hey, Wendy, how you doing, Wendy? Wendy, we're in a pickle right now. You're right, Patrick. That's what I would expect. And they may come out with martial law. We got to do martial, especially if mayhem breaks out here. They love nothing better than that. You know, Patriot Act on steroids. What's going to happen? You know, they like to throw the Constitution and all our Bill of Rights into the garbage can if they can. That's what they'd like to do. So you need to check out freedomrestorationfoundation.org and go to the Action Center page and scroll down the bottom and start calling your representatives. Tell them, don't do it. Don't do it. God is in control of the weather. You're right, Ace Lee. So we try to mess with it. Maybe we might try to game it a little bit. God's in control. Amen, Ace Lee. Ace Lee used to be here in Huntsville. He's over in Singapore right now, I think, or somewhere over there. Ben Davison controls the weather. That was a scary idea. Anyway, so who benefits is those that are in power. They benefit. They benefit from this kind of stuff on both sides. So as long as the whole world don't turn into a crispy critter, a burnt cinder, but maybe they don't care if they're down in their bunkers and got all their stuff, and they'll figure when they finally reemerge, they'll get rid of all the deplorables and flower. You know, and that what somebody once called us. Yeah, you know, Henry Kissinger walked back a lot of the stuff he used to say. Henry Kissinger has walked back some. You know what he said? He said multiculturalism was a mistake because it's led to all kind of riots and fires and mayhem in Europe, and you can expect that to be coming here. So doesn't the Bible say run to the mountains? It does. It does, because that's what people used to do when it got really bad. You know, when the forces were upon them. That may be the thing to do, but most people aren't good for surviving in that kind of environment. That's why you want to maybe have you some cachet points. Some people say, well, Greg, we don't have land. We're living in a city. Well, one, get out of the city if you can. But two, you know, you can find a place somewhere, pick you a landmark somewhere nobody knows about. Go dig you a hole and stick you one of these buckets I just showed you, prepwithgreg.com in it, and cover it over and put leaves and stuff on it. Make it like nothing's ever happened there. And you know where it's at. Throw some fire starter, water filters, and other things in there. Some kibbles for your nug. If you're new to my channel, take the word nug and flip it. And what would you feed a nug to keep it warm? Happiness is a warm nug. That means it's one you practice with, because you need to do some practice. Hey, at least we have caves in the mountains. Yeah, a lot of them do. You know, I think, yeah, in fact, the National Speleological Society is headquartered here in Madison County, Alabama, on Cave Street in Huntsville, Alabama. And they got a cave there, believe it or not. We got a lot of caves. The courthouse is built over a cavern. And as a matter of fact, when they were testing the Saturn V rocket motor, they were scared that the courthouse would fall into the cavern. So we do have a lot of those. So, yep, that's right, Colonel Cole. So who benefits? That's who benefits. Too many people benefit from this stuff. Been here 48 minutes. Let's go share a few of the things here. I'm not going to go through everything like we normally do, because this is kind of an emergency alert video. And there's the goldbacks, earthquakes. Oh, that looks like New Madrid. Yes, Marston, Missouri, at 2.6. Is New Madrid starting to wake up? I hope not. A lot of earthquakes. Texas, that's New Mexico. White City. Why they have a lot of earthquakes there? This is down in Texas. Fall City. San Clemente, California. All right. What? Beast. I think. No, but that's in Mexico. Okay. Yeah. Hey, for you guys down under, 5.6 in the Loyalty Islands, 5.2 in the Kermadec Islands, I guess. But look over here around Iran, 5.4. Bandar Abbas, Iran. That place has been hit a lot and hit real hard. So is up here Turkmenistan and Tajikistan. Afghanistan was getting rocked. Now this one's out, and that this is close to Santorini, the big volcano that probably went off, maybe triggered the events that were going on during the days of Moses. No, that's further south because that was down here. This is up closer to Greece. Okay. Wow. Biblical times, my friends. Oh, yeah. And then just in case if they can keep their little game going, what they want you to eat. Meat giant Tyson Foods reveals new insect plan in 2025. Why we need to give insects the role they deserve in our food system. Oh, my gosh, guys. Can you believe that? Brought to you by our good friends over here in the House of Klaus. Kid you not. Isn't that crazy? All right, I'm going to read a poem to you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about an idea Rodney's got. I'm going to read you, and then we're going to go. We're not going to stay in here late tonight because this is more of an emergency alert kind of thing. All right, I just wrote this. And it's long, and I've not reread it. So this is my first rereading of my poem. So I haven't practiced the delivery of it, okay? I'm calling this Rage to Love. Positioned people's power will soar as they herd the sheeple into the jaws of war. Let me repeat that. Positioned people's power will soar as they herd the sheeple into the jaws of war. Sadistically stoking the flames of rage, the stack they're standing on the world stage. See them with anger, yet very afraid. Manic mobs not knowing that they are played. Now the sabers loudly rattle as the world readies for battle. Let those who can see open their eyes so they're not taken by surprise. As this world starts to go down, as this war starts to go down, know that it may come to your town. Ready yourselves as never before and expect them to knock at your door. As from hatred erupts world war. Look ahead to see what's in store. Prep for the safety of those you love and pray to the Creator far above. As mushroom crowds rise and lights go out, you must remain strong and stout. Your castle you will have to defend, but one day it will come to an end. As hate rages stay under cover. Until that day, you do discover that the rage is now over. Once again will bloom the clover. Now the spear is no longer hurled, so stand tall and build a better world. Set out to build a new age. Let love replace the rage. From deep down, we are all the same. So no longer let them play us as a game. Pardon me for being a little ragging on this. Like I said, I didn't practice reading. I just wrote it. I just wrote it about an hour ago, and that's my first rereading of it, guys. So I hope y'all appreciate that because I think it really speaks to where we're at and what's going on. Regal Ben Yada. Okay. Hey, Michelle. I'm trying to bring you guys the truth. I'm trying to bring it to you in poetry. And I hope y'all appreciate that. So let's see here. And Michelle Young, you've now been smurfed. I hereby knot you with a wrench. One of the best supporters in this channel. You've earned it. All right. So there it is, guys. There it is. That's what we're dealing with. We're all being played. This stuff has the appearance of having been planned. We do know that there were plans set by those that had something to gain of late. I expect Iran's had a hand in this all along, but I expect these plans go way back. If you know what I mean. I kind of talked around this a little bit. I can't talk straight to it. Not in this forum. But y'all see, Solient Green, wafer or yellow, yeah. You know, Solid Green was supposed to have taken place in 2022. Remember that? Well, we're not far off the schedule. LOL. Smurgle, Smurf, whatever drops. I didn't know you were some sort of warrior poet. I have been for a long time. Did you know that Odin was the god of poetry and the god of agriculture and now the god of love? All right, guys. I like to tease about that sometimes. Don't take it serious. I do believe in a greater creator. I keep telling you guys, hey, Madam Gross from Boogertown, Tennessee. Yeah, Eisenhower did warn us. He had the good sense to wait till he was on his way out of office. JFK decided to warn us when he was in office. What did that buy him? Yeah, he should have paid more attention to Eisenhower. Right? Anyway, we are at the precipice of the likes we've never seen in our lives. I think this is far worse than 1962. I think this is far worse than the Cuban Missile Crisis. Because we're looking in the Mideast, we're looking at Europe with Russia, we're looking at China, we're looking at Iran, North Korea. There's all kind of mayhem that can be breaking out here in the next few days, weeks, months, if we're lucky over the next few years. If you read a good book, I believe the way it describes it is, this stuff's going to be taking place over a few years. So who knows? I may have misread it. We're in trouble. We've got people that can't stand us just for who we are, who you were born, no matter where you stand. We're in trouble. And for all intents and purposes, the head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard once said directly that he had sleeper cells here, even though there's tons of articles from people putting out there various knotheads. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Blah, blah, blah. Do y'all believe that? If you think there's no sleeper cells in the United States, put a 3 in the chat room. If you think that we got to be worried here in the United States, put a 4 in the chat room. I like to see what you guys think about that. Just let me know. What do you guys think? Where do you guys think we're at? So the purpose of this video is, if I've never been able to wake you up before, is to wake you up now. Shill Maiden, morning, Greg, just joining you. This sounds serious. It's very serious. You need to come back and catch us on. Anybody just joining needs to come back and catch it on a rewind, because I put out some very serious messages in here in the beginning of this video. Very, very serious. I don't see any 3s. Yeah, you guys are on board. Sheila, excuse me, C. Shelley, thank you. She says, God bless everyone here tonight. Much love to all. Thank you, C. Shelley. I appreciate that. I very much do. Now all the country's leaders are going to bail on Israel. Maybe not right away. Yeah. Well, it'll be the United States in with them, and who knows who else. Who knows who else is going to be with Israel. Actually, India might be. India's made some racket, but are they really going to get in and support them directly? Probably not. Or before, it says Zen Jamin. Appreciate that, Zen. Guys, wife has confirmed that UN soldiers are coming across southern border. Oh my God. They don't tell them anything can come across the southern border right now, I believe. Got to go to sleep. Interesting times. Yeah, it's the Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. Well, my friends, we're there. We are there, square. There are known training compounds. Yeah, why do they still exist? Halo Greg says Mad Cow. Good to see you, Mad Cow. All right. What did I miss? These single digits being posted. Oh yeah, I asked people to vote 3 if they believed there were no sleeper cells in America, and 4 if they thought we had something really to worry about here. Turkey has, yeah, the U.S. nukes are there. Will Turkey try to grab some? Can we even get them out? Can we get our troops out of these countries safely? Remember what happened in Afghanistan? Some woke commander decided to put a certain flag up with a whole bunch of colors on it. You know what I'm talking about? That's when the Afghans went crazy and stormed our bases and ran us out. And we left a lot of stuff behind. A lot of stuff behind. Hold my beer, says Obi. Turkey on our side, they may switch because they're a Muslim nation. We may see an alignment with the religion. Turkey's always kind of waffled a little bit. They may switch now. In fact, the leader there may have no choice. He's the kind of favored the idea of having a Muslim caliphate. He wanted to be the head of he wanted to reinstitute the Ottoman Empire at one time, but his standing really dropped because the economy there has been on the rocks. But they have a huge military in Turkey, huge military. If that military gets turned on Israel, watch out. Iran has a huge military. Hezbollah is huge. There's a lot of proxies out there. Who all is going after Israel? Nuclear suitcases from Russia still? Yeah, that's the big question about those. You know, I've shown you in the past where some of the old Russian commanders said that there was like 80 of them unaccounted for that were pre-planted here. Yeah, Turkey flip would be very bad, very bad. They did drops. They lost World War I. They lost in World War II. You're right. So, but who knows right now? That's a song and a great poem. You like my poem I read a little bit ago? All right, they're using our yeah, they might. They might. Especially that stuff we left over in Afghanistan. We left a lot of equipment there. So, and God knows what's coming across our southern border. So, guys, we're in a pickle. However you want to stack it, we're in a pickle, guys. So, it literally can come knock on our doors right here. They can come into our neighborhoods. Just remember that song, try that in a small town, right? But we got to be super aware right now. Be vigilant. I'm thinking about driving across the United States here, maybe this weekend or maybe in a couple of weeks from now. I don't know if I can get fuel. Things may hit when I'm on the road. The power may go. I may get stranded somewhere. So I'm going to have bug out supplies and things with me, survival equipment with me in case I can't get across. Okay, what would be the circumference? Well, we had some. I've shown some of previous. Go watch my video on the Chinese EMP balloon threat, because I show pictures of the ones that we had that we could that our soldiers could parachute with backpack nukes. I've shown pictures of that, guys. I've shown them before. So yeah, first time in 2 centuries they can knock on your door on Halloween. It could be they might decide to use Halloween as the cover of Halloween to do all kind of real mayhem. It's a possibility. They like to attack on holidays and days that are associated with certain events and things. They always like to do that kind of stuff. You're welcome to our house, Greg. Well, thank you, Juanita. Where's that at? Love living in a small town. Amen to that. So, what does Scooby say? Hey, we got Odin in the house. Have you ever seen the before versus the after videos of the Taliban? Yeah. They're very well equipped now. Very well equipped. So, Odin's in Norway. So we got people from Australia in here. We got Norway in here. We've got maybe somebody in here from yeah, we got England in here with Shill Maiden. Scooby Snacks is here. We've got people from maybe New Zealand. Guys, all our Western countries are at risk now because they're storming embassies of several nations. Several Western nations are getting their embassies stormed. So we don't know what's coming, where it's coming. Oh, yeah, well, they've been protesting in various other countries, including Australia. So watch out. If any oil refineries are taking out Iran, China's economy will grind to a halt. Well, you know that the United States, Lindsey Graham has already said that if Hezbollah or Iran gets involved, he's going to throw legislation in to demand that the United States attack the oil refineries in Iran. So he's going to try to force a war with Iran, which would also cause a huge issue in the supply of oil, the price of oil. Who else benefits? Well, I guess the oil companies that are here in the United States. There you go. Watch that video, EMP balloon attack threat from the Chinese military. Guys, you'd be surprised how easy it will be for China to EMP the heck out of us with balloons. And you'll see that picture of the backpack nukes in that video. At least the ones we had. I don't have a picture of the risky ones, but I got pictures of ours, and they're in that video. Check it out. You'll actually see me wearing a suit in that video. I think I've only done that once or twice on this channel, and that was the first time. All right, we got 431 in the house. That's kind of a record. Been a long, well, maybe not a record, but it's been a long time since we've had a crowd like that, especially this late. But we've only got 238 thumbs up, so I'd appreciate some more thumbs up. For those that are just joining this event that is happening, I'm going to recap just a little bit. While you just join, I encourage you to rewind. I'm not going to recap everything. First time in 2 centuries of speaking of the intel I shared on the two is, yeah, I heard about that flag going up on the main mosque. Yeah, guys, the Limpsy drops you, bingo, you hit it right on. Yeah, I've been referring to him as, I used to call him Senator McCain's wife when McCain passed away. Since I've been calling him Senator McCain's widow. He used to always just follow right behind Senator McCain all the time, just right there with him. So, chicken hawk. So, guys, we just had a world-changing watershed event. And it's world-changing because it has ignited rage in the entire Muslim world. The attack on the hospital in Gaza. Each side is blaming the other. Whoever did it at this point, it don't make any difference. You could show the other side tons of irrevocable evidence and they won't believe it. The rage is set. The rage is raging. Countries in the Mideast that were pro-Western, and even if their leaders are extremely pro-Western, if they take a pro-Western stance, they'll probably get overthrown. Military bases that we have spread all over the world in those parts of the country are at risk. Embassies are at risk. Consulates are at risk. U.S. businesses, U.S. personnel. If you're in one of those areas, if you got family in any of those areas, you tell them, get out. Get out right now. If you were planning a trip over, my daughter had been planning another trip over in that part of the world. Today, I talked to her on the phone. I said, don't go. She had thought about going back to Egypt. She was in Egypt just a few weeks ago. I said, don't go. My daughter's a software engineer. She's single. She's still living in her mom's house. She's got the wherewithal to travel wherever, whenever she wants. She does remote work. She's doing real well for herself. Canadian protesters blaming Israel. You know, right now, people are going to be mad all over the place. What I've been telling you guys about feuding, what I've been telling you about feuds, how they just escalate. Well, it's there. The rage is set. It is rage. And there's rage on both sides. How do you walk that back? I don't know how you don't have a major conflict now. Probably the biggest the Mideast has ever seen. And it's going to be pulling in. It's likely to pull us in. NATO allies, perhaps Russia, but Russia can take advantage of this and do what they want to do. North Korea may take advantage of this. China may take advantage of this. Iran is definitely going to take advantage of it. I don't code that much anymore. Hey, I used to write some code. I used to write test program sets to test avionics failures in line replaceable units for M1 tank and for the F-15 aircraft. I've done both. Before the sunrise comes a great darkness. Well, it's liable to get really dark. Really dark. So what I showed you, those embassies being stormed, some of those videos are 8 hours old. What's happened since then? Well, it's daylight now in that part of the world, so we'll start to see a lot of articles coming out. So tomorrow is going to be a big news day. Every day from here forward, as long as our lights are on, it's going to be a big news day. If one day the lights go out now, they may never come back on. That's just the way it is, guys. A good time for skilled diplomacy. Sheila, amen. My complaint of late has been we don't have any diplomats anymore. We don't have any statesmen. Now, we may have people that have been knighted as diplomats, but they seem to be pretty useless at it. Our State Department's done a lousy job. Terrible job. And statesmen, where are the statesmen at? Where are the statesmen at today? The ones who could go in and really work things out. They're gone. We don't have those kind of people anymore. Fortunately, we don't usually make use of conventional diplomacy anymore because we don't have any statesmen left. They're just kind of gone away. They don't seem to fit in the system anymore. America's borders are collapsed for this sort of scenario. Deep function 100,000 minus one. I tend to, yes. There are decades when nothing happens, then in a few weeks where decades happen. Bingo. And I think wasn't it Vladimir Lenin that said that or something like that? So KLW should be live on Rumble. They may be. All right, guys. So there it is. Our world is on the verge of fire. It's already started. You know, our embassies are at risk, our consulates are at risk, our military bases are at risk, businessmen, individuals are at risk over there. And that's liable to be here before you know it. It's liable to be here. Exactly. No statesmen, just money grabbing politicians. That's it. And that goes back to that little poem I just read. If y'all hadn't seen it, catch the rewind, guys. So we're in deep kimchi. We're in deep kimchi. I expect Iran to be in the war, the United States to get drug into it. Well, look at, we just conveniently had some stuff pre-positioned, and now we're putting more stuff over there. Prep and pray. Prep and pray. Everybody tell me where you're from. You got 459 in the room. Wow, it's growing. We got 465 in the room. Now we got a lot of people joining. That's great. I hope everybody catches the rewind because I really covered the main stuff I was going to cover. But, you know, maybe I should go back into some of that. But like I said, what's happened is this event with the Gazan hospital where 500 people have lost their lives is a watershed event. It has inflamed the Muslim world with anger. Now, Hamas blames Israel. Israel blames Hamas. Hey, thank you for that, ES Florida. So they're blaming each other, but at this point, it really don't matter. All right, let me go. I'm missing it. Everybody's telling me where they're from. Here I am running my jabber mouth. Wow, we got people from Bella Vista, Arkansas, Michelle Young, Missouri, Portland, Oregon, Colorado, Maui. God save the God the Son, Jesus Christ saves Maui. Wow. Jackson, Mississippi. We got Tennessee, Sheila Dean, root cellars in Kentucky. Need a root cellar. Everybody needs a root cellar. Louisiana, Rogue. West Central Wisconsin, Sheila. You like kimchi? Hey, I do actually, Matterman. Georgia, USA, Ben. Lloyd from Ohio. The real recalcitrant is Jupiter, Florida. All right, what else we got here? I'll miss some. jumped on me. Hey, we got Alabama with mineral water, I guess. I guess that's what that's short for. California, TT. Let me see if I can scroll back up. It got away from me here. Canadian border with Vermont, Ohio with Lloyd. We got Graham Owen, UK. All right, so we got more than one from UK. Vermont, Howard Lake, Minnesota, or Texas. Larry Shute, Georgia with Tommy Powers. Arkansas, the Redneck Prepper. Yeah, it's good kind of be a prepper. Tommy Fury, North Carolina, near Fort Bragg. That's what I'm always going to call it. Madam McGraw, Smoky Mountains. That's a good place to be. Ravens, New York with Gregory Brown. That Girls in Texas. Tabs, Ohio, California. Southeast Tennessee, Mad Cow Perkins. You're probably not far from me then. Larry Moore, Bristol Bay, Bristol, Tennessee. Stan Grenfell, there you go. Sophia's from Southeast Arizona. I got a place in Northeast Arizona. Sophia. West Tennessee, Marcia. Oops. We got Illinois, Dixieland, Ben. There's some cotton growing now. Oh, I wish there were a land of cotton. Old times there are now forgotten. Gone away, blown away, no more here today. Dixieland, Maine. Trying to Greg from Arkansas, Ozarks, trying it. We got a few people in the Ozarks in here. Lloyd Christmas. All right, we got Poland. Oh, we got Poland in the house. Wow, that's awesome. Alexandra. I can't pronounce your last name. I probably butchered your first name. Sorry about that. What do you think about Russia invading Poland? What do you think about the prospects for that? Spokane drops. Or central Montana. British Columbia. We got British Columbia in the house. I've been there. Trent, I'd rather be in Arizona if I had it set up. Just too many people here where I'm at. Whoops, I'm losing the chat room here. What's happening? Madison, Wisconsin. We got a lot of people in here tonight. All right, we got 441. Missouri, Ozarks, Western Alberta. All right, FEMA is running exercise supposedly. Well, I don't doubt that. You expect a lot of exercise. Isn't it funny how we hit our alerts and all that stuff just before this stuff happened? I'm in Utah. There you go, Granny. Been to Utah. I've been through Alberta, western side. I believe Trunch Mountains in Alberta. That was an interesting drive. I was going down Alaska Highway back when it was breakup season. Roll Tide, says Sharon Sten Spring. All right, Roll Tide. New Zealand. All right, we got New Zealand. Jim NZ. Remember the stacks of coffin liners? Well, they may come into play now. Nevada. On the mountains. Hey, that's a good place to be. On the mountains. So, Greg, USA has, yeah, we're in deep, guys. We're in deep. You back? Yeah, I'm in Alabama right now. Yeah, if you see all this, I'm in Alabama. When I get in Arizona, I'm not gonna have all this. I'm planning to build a 200 square foot place because in Navajo County they don't regulate a 200 square foot building. You don't have to get it permitted. But I'll have it 2 stories, so I'll have 400 square feet. I'm gonna be living in a mini home there. Make it easy to heat. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with all my books and my nug kibbles and my food. I'm gonna have to come up with ways to take care of all that. Guys, get ready. Prep like your life depends on it. Prep now. Don't waste any more time. If you've been procrastinating, forget it. Get with it. Get on it. Like a chicken on a June bug, guys. You got to get your preps going. Do what you can do. Yeah, I hadn't got it set up though. Right now, I've got a road into it, and I built, pads to put stuff. I'm hoping I can get a crew set up out there to help me out this coming weekend after next. If I got somebody up there trying to get some volunteers. If they get them lined up, I'll leave out this weekend. If not, I'll probably go to the Worm Conference on the 4th of November and then go out the following weekend. But I'm really worried about waiting so late now. With all this stuff going down, yeah, don't let them know you build stuff. Well, the other thing is just a shed, because that's what it's going to look like from satellite photographs. Build a basement. Might dig it out later, maybe. So, I got plenty of places there I can dig. I got some better places to dig, like where I'm planning to put the future underground habitat, the universal habitat. If I ever get around to it, we still got a world that allows me to do things. I'm going shopping for fishing gear. That's a smart move. Fishing, trapping, practice with it. Having to move chickens to the new run. Okay, if you can get chickens, get chickens. Ready to build an earth house. Okay. I'm a bad procrastinator. Well, the time for procrastination is over. It's over. The fat lady in the opera is almost done singing. Musical chairs, music is about to end. Guys, we don't know if we'll have a power grid, how long we're still going to have electrical power available. Fuel availability may go bye-bye if the Strait of Hormuz is closed, if we attack Iranian refineries, as Lindsey Graham promised, if we have an embargo from all the nations over there on oil like we had in 1974. Come from moonshine season, that may be what you run your vehicle with, that and wood gas. But good luck getting a long distance with that. Well bucket for your water, that's a good plan. Well buckets would be good, to use. Live it, you die crying, I can't have a hard time reading that in there, mix. I know this river has no fish. Yeah, well, maybe you need to start your own fish. Yeah, a lot of these rivers are really polluted bad with all these forever chemicals, plastics, and all this junk we've been dumping in the environment. Atmospheric water harvesting. There you go. You're drilling a well? Not immediately. It's just beyond my budget. Beyond my budget. I'd hope to, but other things have taken the money I'd hope to use for that. Hand pump. I'll do something. I'll do something. My alcohol to pray. Oh, be careful with that. There isn't a stray camel in the desert that, Lordy. Ethanol would be okay unless you live somewhere. So, guys, just to recap, we may have some new people here. It's hitting the fan. It's happening. The watershed event has occurred. The Mideast is in a rage. I expect they're all going to be heading toward Israel from the looks of it. Prep and pray. We can pray that somehow things calm down. But every day it seems to get worse. It seems to get worse every day. I don't know how we come back from this without a lot of mayhem between here and there. I think it's going to get ugly. And it's liable to get ugly right here at home. Like I said, even our lights may go out. All right, we got 303 thumbs up. We still got 426 people in the house. So, guys, seriously, this platform really likes to stomp on me and don't send out notifications often. The more thumbs up we get, the better. Share my video. Share this video. This video is a warning. If you hadn't seen it begin, watch it begin. I also read a poem in here that, all right, it's my first reading of it since I wrote it. I just wrote it. So I was a little rough reading it. I was kind of halted a little bit through it, but it really speaks to where we're at, what we're dealing with, and what you need to do. So, and maybe I'll re-record that by itself. It's a little too long to put in a short video, though. So, yep, God the Son, Jesus Christ saves. Yeah, there's some things there. Earthquakes, Afghanistan, yeah, they're having over in Tajikistan too. And we've had a little earthquake right on the on the Oh gosh, guys, I'm getting brain lock again. Went up through the middle of the country. I just said it a minute ago. Oh gosh, guys, it's getting late. The New Madrid Fault. We've had an earthquake on the New Madrid Fault, small one, guys. And we got the big volcano, Campi Fergi over in Italy or Naples. They're expecting it to be a super volcano potentially going off. We're literally in times that if it's not biblical, it's going to look biblical. It will look biblical, guys. New Madrid, yeah. Alaska's having earthquakes. Yes. Puerto Rico is always rocking. Their lights may go out, but me and Stan Deo went to college with each other. So, yes, Michelle. It's right before our very lives. It's all coming to pass right before our very lives, it looks like. It's serious. This is the most serious video I put out since I did that EMP Chinese video where I was really warning you what could come, and that may be coming really soon too. So there's all kinds of things that may take our lights out, guys. Salt, seeds, and honey is good as money. That's a good one, Mad Cow. Salt, seeds, and honey is as good as money. Has been through history. There you go. That's a good one. Salt, seeds, and honey. Yeah, buy your salt. Buy salt. I got a big 50-pound bag back here somewhere. They want a draft. They want a draft. Yeah, hug your kids. It may not be time for a draft to go in place. This stuff could happen, and I'll be over in a blink of an eye. Or it could drag out over a few years. We don't, biblically reading it sounds like it's going to be a few years. Are we on the precipice of the Great Tribulation? That'll be 3.5 years. The total time frame is almost 7 years. But then, so they want all their stuff in place by 2030, which is still just a little less than 7 years away. So I don't know how the time is. Nobody knows the day and the hour of the return, if you know what I mean. So we need a serial generator. Yeah, serial. Yes, yeah. I covered that in my some of my videos on my Galactic Greg's channel. I've known a John Searle since probably 1981. I got acquainted with that stuff when I was at Fort Greely, Alaska. So 421 in the house. Wow, we got an amazing crowd here. Bees didn't do much this year, mostly leaving a super. Well, guys, I don't know, guys. We're in a pickle. We're in a bad spot. El Presidente has landed in its country. Yes. Well, we're going to see what happens, Startle Mouse. Yeah, he's probably going to have to run for the bunker somewhere while he's over there, quite likely. And he'll fly him out like a thief in the night. There you go, guys. That's why you need to be aware. Walmart CO warns Americans will freak out this winter's prices continue to soar. Was that before all this stuff come to pass? Because I was already seeing warnings about that. Guys, get your food. Get it while you can. Need a ticket on a Starship to Mars. That would be a good idea. Yeah, Elon just couldn't get a Starship going fast enough, could he? Yeah, we're in deep. We're in deep. Oil embargo coming. I would expect so. Newspeak. I really would expect so. I pray for all to be able to stay warm this winter. I got plenty of wood on my property in Arizona. Here, not so good. Well, Wendy, don't be scared. Be prepared. You can only do what you can do. Beyond that, you got to rely on your faith. Prep. Do everything you can do, but just know you've done all you can do. Then prep and pray. Tell your family, your loved ones, you love them. Don't lose an opportunity to tell somebody you know and love that you love them. Trident. Salute to you. Thank you, Trident, for that. Don't forget to tell your loved ones you love them. You don't know when's your last chance. You don't know when's the last time you're going to have a phone. You don't know when's the last time you're going to have electricity. All this stuff's at risk now. All this stuff's at risk. Everything we know hold dear, everything we're accustomed to, all the things that have established for us our easy life, our comfort zones are at risk. Our lives are at risk. The grid goes down. You know, the Congressional EMP Task Force years ago said 9 out of 10 Americans would expire due to societal collapse. A lot of it would be disease from drinking unclean water and stuff like that. If you got your means to purify and sanitize water, watch my video on that topic. Be sure to watch it. Watch my videos on nuclear survival. Watch that stuff, guys. Watch it while you still can. If the grid goes down, you're not watching YouTube anymore. I'm not going to be here anymore. If the grid goes down, you'll never see me. You don't know when's the last time you're going to get to watch a video. Right now, and we're really in a critical spot. I'm serious. We might be good for a few years. It might go out in a minute. We just don't know right now. We just don't know. There are people that like to take it out, and we're getting closer and closer. So get ready. Do whatever you can do to get ready. But be centered. Be right with your maker. So we're a family here, guys. I love every one of you guys because we've got a great crew here. We've got a good following. You're awesome people. You guys are the salt of the earth. We are the children of the living God and have the power. Yep. Hey, Jackson, don't forget that stuff. But, you know, there's, you know, if you read the book, it talks about the martyrs. And it talks, there's going to be people going through a really tough time ahead. And it looks like we're right on the verge. Jason's ready. Good to hear that. Calcium hypochlorite is as good as sodium. I don't know. I can't tell you that. Army, love you amazingly. Oh, aim, the Army. We stick together. That's right, Juanita. Yeah, consider your seeds. You better get them while you can. Tree Leaf Market. The New Day's just posted that link. God knows your heart and mind, Wendy. There you go. That he does. Azomite. Yeah, you better get it while you can. When you can't get it, use tree leaves, tree roots, takes a long time though for wood chips to break down. It takes years, but that's got the trace minerals in it. Leaves break down faster, but a giant pile of leaves breaks down to something about, you know, very small. Hey, Justin, salute to you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That helps me keep me coming here. Zone 7 can be planting kale, spinach, and radishes. That's right. Good time to plant your kale. I'm in zone 7. Good time to plant that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be here very long, though. Army American, are you with Australia? Yeah, we got people all over the world in here tonight. All over the world. All over the world. I appreciate all of you guys. Because we're all in one big family, guys. And honestly, you can go in any country, including the Muslim countries. You can go in any country, including China. You can go in any nation and find good people. Believe it or not, there's good people all over the world. Inside, we're the same. They have played us against each other very heavily. They've incited hatred, and they're going to use that to advance their agenda against us. We have nothing to gain from this. Nothing but mayhem. But the powers that be, oh yeah, they got to gain. Sending love and prayers from Australia. Well, thank you, Sharon. Tell your loved ones. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Did Biden mess his pants yet? He probably does that just in regular due course. Yeah, we still got over 400 people in here. It's awesome. Well, they're getting a good message, and I hope they go back and watch my nuclear survival videos. Watch my videos on surviving an EMP grid down. I got a video on that a few months back. Watch the China spy balloon, EMP, China military balloon threat. Watch this stuff, guys. Watch it while you can, because it's about to watch the videos I put out on wild edibles. Watch the videos I put out on gardening, worms, all that kind of stuff. Watch those videos. And since I might be traveling, don't buy worms from me now. If, you may not get them. Just hold off on that. I hope you can find a way to get them, because I don't even know if I'm going to be here this weekend. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I may be heading to Arizona. But if I don't go this weekend, it'll probably be a couple weekends down the road. If I'm able to travel anymore, I might get stranded here. I might get stranded out there. I might get stranded on the way back and forth. I don't know, guys. Do you think I can get safely to Arizona, be able to get fuel? I don't know. I'm hoping so. Yeah, martial law could be a problem. Of course, I got to cross the People's Republic of New Mexico along the way. That's a bit of a problem. But, you know, these are just things, guys. Our leaves here in Oklahoma are just changing. Yep, they're starting to change here. I love my family. Amen, Intermix. And we're family here too. Hey, Pete, good to see you. So, yeah, JB's in Israel. Isn't that something? Well, you know, maybe he's over there to play tough guy, especially if he has to hide in a bunker, right? Gives him some video. Buy books. Amen. Buy books. I got books. Y'all get books too. Get books on wild edibles. Get books on homesteading. Get books on all that stuff, guys. Prepping. There's a good prep and fill manual from the Army. Well, it's an Army survival manual, excuse me. Not prepping manual. FM 22, I think, fill manual. I got one here somewhere. Anyway, even a Boy Scout handbook would be useful. Boy Scout handbook, you know, well, I don't know about the new ones. The old ones used to be pretty good. Wherever you go, God bless you. Thank you, Drops. Surviving MP grid down. There you go. Watch that video. That video talks to you about tactics. I go into tactics, how to defend your home, how to defend against some of the stuff you might be seeing soon. I talk about how to advance on a snipper, except with a long eye, not a short eye, if you know what I mean. I'm using code talk. But you need a group. You need a squad with 2 teams to do that effectively. Yeah, war's a racket. That's what I've been telling you guys for a long time. We're being played. We're being played. That's what my poem says. We're being played. Watch this and catch my poem. All righty, folks, I think it's time to go. It's 3 a.m. here. Just after 3 a.m. We've already been going for 97 minutes. So, my friends, be aware like you've never been aware before. Prep like you never prepped before. Prep like your life depends on it. It probably does. And you may not have much time at all. Time could be exceedingly short. We don't know if we have minutes, hours, days, weeks, months. We don't know right now. We're lucky it might be years, but I don't think so. I really don't think so anymore. I think we're down to weeks, maybe days. But don't be consumed by the hatred. Don't let them pull you into the dark side of the force, if you know what I mean. So just like light dispels hate, as like light dispels darkness, it's late, guys. Love dispels hate. Go out and shine your love light in the world. But prep, pray, get ready, stay situationally aware. Like Jack Richland over in Black Scout Survival say, stay frosty. Be good on the preps, including seeds. Yeah, if you ain't got seeds, get seeds. They're easy to bug out with because they're lightweight. Yeah, all kind of seeds are useful. Even these that make stuff that ain't good for you, know, poisonous stuff. This is you know what that is? Looks like a bean, don't it? It's not a bean. I got this from Jason Avers at his place. It's a castor plant seed. Praise the Lord. Amen. Whenever you pray, do that. Always enter your prayers a little bit of praise. Because we've been given a life. And if we're lucky, we'll still have one on the other side if it hits the fan. Remember, our job is to survive, and on the other side, to stand up, shake the dust off, and build a better world. And that was, I'm going to say, thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, one and all. Stay alert.